Architecture and Design. The School of Computer Science and Information Technology. The School of Political Science. The School of Foreign Languages. The School of Law. International School of Architecture and Design. Now please remain upstanding for the national anthems of the Republic of Macedonia and the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
Thank you. You may now be seated. It is often said that keeping a good tradition makes for a good future. Ever since the founding of University American College Skopje, we've had the privilege to have a representative of the U.S. Embassy in Macedonia address our new students. Tonight we have the honor to have Mr. Benjamin Lingeman here, Assistant Public Affairs Officer at the U.S. Embassy in Macedonia, to address our new generation of students. Mr. Lingeman.
Zdravo I dobro večer. Izvinite, amak je izborujem v anglický jazyk. Dr. Bojadjiev, esteemed faculty of University American College Skopje, parents, students, and guests, thank you for this opportunity to speak with you today. Students, you have been learning all of your life. As students, it is your full-time job. And for many of you who may not pursue higher studies after earning this university degree, it is your last opportunity to learn as your full-time job. So, my challenge to you tonight, and for the rest of your career as a student, is to try new things, to think of this as an exceptional opportunity, an opportunity to fail. The risks are lower right now, and the opportunity to try new things, to gain new perspectives and experiences are many. And if you take risks, your courage will grow. Failing is always a part of trying something new. Trying something new takes courage, but it's worth trying. One example from the United States is that of restaurants and the hospitality industry. Nearly 60% of new restaurants in the United States fail in their first 3 years. And yet, New York City and every other city in the United States is still full of restaurants, excellent restaurants, if I may add, because each restaurant owner in Manhattan or across the United States had the courage to start something new and to try something new. I want to tell you a story of my own personal failure. When I was in college, just like many of you are now, I felt that we needed to support our athletics department with more energy, and that my fellow students didn't care enough about supporting their institution, and that we could use some new school spirit. So I started a school spirit week at my university. It would be an entire week of activities and fun opportunities for my fellow students to show their support for our university. I talked to friends about it. I printed out flyers. I went to the student newspaper with the idea, tried to get everybody on board, and I thought I had a great initiative planned out. But no one participated. Actually, 0 people participated, none. It was a failure for sure, and I was really embarrassed. I'd put a lot on the line. But I learned from that failure. My friends would have told me that my ideas needed improvement, but I didn't ask my friends for their opinion. I learned from that failure. I learned the benefits of managing relationships with stakeholders and incorporating them into the planning process. That's something that for my professional life today has been very valuable. And in that way, it could have been, instead of our event, it could have been, instead of my event, it could have been our event. My advertising wasn't enough either, and the activities weren't relevant to my audience. I didn't have a coherent goal for my project. But in the process, I learned how important it is to keep the end goal in mind when planning programs like these, and how to tailor messages to certain audiences. As a public affairs professional today, that has been immensely valuable. But let's look at my failure a different way. I gained an opportunity to learn so many new skills. I also lost nothing. I didn't spend thousands of dollars of my own money like somebody would when opening a new restaurant. Or if the CEO of a global company tries something new and fails, the stock price goes down and the CEO will probably lose his job. If the detective at a police department fails, the criminal goes free perhaps to break the law again and again. But when a student fails, they learn. If you want to start a new student newspaper or a student movement, go for it. If you want to start a club or a volunteer group in the university or in your community, don't hesitate. The further time carries me from my university days, the more I appreciate the time that I had there, of my mistakes and my successes, and all the lessons that I learned from them. The risks as a student are so much lower, and the reward is so much greater for you to take chances now in your academic and professional career. I challenge you to take risks, and the obstacles to meeting that challenge is both simple and huge. It's one single obstacle. It's courage. It takes courage to try something new. It's not easy. But every time you take that risk, your courage will grow. I'm not naive enough to think that courage is the only obstacle, however. Another obstacle that many students feel they face is a lack of opportunities for practical experience. Many students in Macedonia especially say they lack practical experience in the classroom. I also served in India with the U.S. Foreign Service before coming to Macedonia, and I had the opportunity to meet thousands of students in India. So many students from India also said their education system does not provide enough opportunities for practical knowledge. And you would actually hear the same complaint from many students in the United States as well. Wherever the students may be, students must demand enriching practical experiences, the opportunities to craft group presentations and group projects, take on internships, to do analyses and case studies of practical real-world problems. Those opportunities don't just come to you, whether it's in Macedonia or India or the United States or anywhere else. You have to demand them of your professors and your administrators. So I challenge you to insist that practical experience be part of your learning here. Or create those practical experiences for yourselves. Because like most things in life, no one is going to hand out practical experience on a plate. So go out and take it. I wish you good luck this year and in your academic career. This truly is an opportunity to gain valuable experience. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for your address, which captured in essence what University American College represents. We wish to underscore that University American College has had a tradition of cooperation with the United States Embassy as well as the American Chamber of Commerce in Macedonia, but also with universities from the United States and Europe as well. What is important this year is that we have managed to establish a cooperation with one of the top 500 universities in the world, according to the Shanghai ranking, and one of their representatives is here tonight to address you. I would like to invite Ms. Silvia Tabuani, Program Manager of the Business Administration and Economics Program at the Tor Vergata University in Rome. Silvia, please.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, Marjan. Good evening, students. Good evening, parents. And good evening, professors. I am very happy and excited to be here with all of you. I work at Vergata University, and I am the program manager of the Bachelor course in Business Administration and Economics, led by the Professor Lucagnan, who some of you may already know. We have signed a dual degree agreement with your university, and I think that it is a great opportunity for our students to have the possibility to live and study here in Skopje for an entire year, by giving them a chance to understand and get in touch with another culture and country. The University American College of Skopje and Tor Vergata University are both international colleges, which gather many students coming from all over the world, by underlining the importance to know how to stay together and be cohesive as a unique world, with no wars or discrimination or racism. Our university teaches the importance to be citizens of the world. In a more and more globalized universe, the capacity of being a team and speak with the others is one of the most important and successful skills that a person can develop. Collaboration, team working, and communication are skills that the current and future generation must be able to improve in order to be heard by the labor market and their interlocutors. The fact that all the capacity are fed by our university and institution is a big step for our community and society. Our bachelor programs are both newborn. They have seen their first students start the academic career last year, but we are very committed to build up the student future possibilities by working day by day to reinforce our resources and our academic offer with activities, seminars, didactical proposal, and teachers who are international, multidisciplinary, and practical. I'm very happy and proud about the agreement we have finalized because my presence here shows how important is the ability to work together. We have signed the agreement representing a cool experience for our students, but it also builds a personal relationship of mutual friendship, esteem, and respect that in the future will be useful to reinforce and improve our collaboration and will allow us to explore new opportunities. I strongly believe in the mission statement of our university, aiming at playing a key role in enhancing the role of engagement management scholars in Europe. Its multi-level approach, the scholars and actual teachers and staff members, the PhD students represent fundamental nodes of our network. In an internationally recognized institution such as the American College and Vergata University, I believe that we should focus on research, network, and fundraising areas. A bilateral agreement has the opportunity to champion, to enlarge, and to support management research and networking within the existing net through the activities of the university involved at the higher levels of international excellence. By doing so, I will endeavor to engage the research community and encourage interdisciplinary management research by foreign research agenda across disciplines, sectors, and regions that embrace scientific synergies and reflects the emerging trends and needs of our network, taking into account the evolution management education facilitating and nurturing partnership with other networks or associations, accelerating the dissemination, transfer, and translation of research findings. Finally, ensuring the representation of the highest ethical and moral standards. My idea is to make substantial effort to promote the leverage of UACS and Vergata community in Macedonia and in Italy, to increase scholarly output and participation in our joint events, and to attract more students to our agreement. The message I want to leave tonight is the following. Be supportive, altruistic, meet and know the others, whoever they are, and work with everyone. Be open to the world, to the opportunities which surround us. Do not think about limits or restrictions. Do not have any preconception or prejudice, and be able to think about what it is possible to do. Do not find any problems, but solutions. Be innovative and happy about your work and your responsibilities. Work hard, cry if you think it may help, and be world citizens. The future is yours. Have a good evening, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tabuani, for your speech. And now we have come to a moment of great magnitude when all new students pay their oath to the values of our academic community. Before that, we would also like to thank the students who have been part of our tutoring club because we appreciate the value that they bring to helping others. Now, I kindly invite the Rector of University American College Skopje, Professor Marjan Bojadjiev, to take the floor.
Good evening. Thank you for coming in such a huge number. Thank you to all students who have chosen American College, thanks to their parents. Before we proceed, maybe we can support with one applause our fantastic choir. Who has come back to our ceremonies after 2 years of pause, and big applause to our lecturers, to our guest speakers tonight, Benjamin and Silvia. Before we proceed with the student's oath, I'd like to take, just to say a few words about one activity we have at American College Skopje, and that is students tutoring. It is not very common in our country, but I'm very proud that at American College, students support and share this practice. Therefore, today I have the honor and privilege to award certificates of appreciations to our students who were tutors last year, and for their contribution to the development of the American College Tutoring Club. Those were Gigova Ivana, Sandra Dobrevska, Tanevski Stefan, Kostovska Ana, all students, please rise. By applying at UACS, you have started the process of becoming academic members of our society, as well as members of UACS family. In order to conclude this process, you need to take the student's oath. I can assure you that nothing in this vow is incompatible with your civil, moral, or religious duties. Therefore, we shall proceed with taking this oath. Students that study in Macedonian language will take the oath in Macedonian, and those who start in English language will take the oath in English. Afterwards, please sign it, and it will be kept on your files. Raise your right hand. Repeat your name and length and say after me. I, in the presence of my professors and fellow students, do hereby and hereon most solemnly declare that I will always adhere and uphold the norms and ethical standards of the university. I further solemnly pledge myself to maintain and uphold the ideals of knowledge and sound education and traditions of the university. I further solemnly pledge myself to act as true and dedicated student, exploring the mysteries of science, respecting the professors and their summonses. On my ascending to the throne of excellence, I also dedicate myself never to bring disgrace to the University American College Skopje by any act of cowardice or dishonesty, and to render the university to those who come after me greater, better, and more beautiful than it was transmitted to me. The virtue of that piety will lead me through my lifetime at the university. As an honest citizen, I will pay obedience to the laws and constitution of the Republic of Macedonia. Please be upstanding, because nothing now remains but, according to our tradition, to declare the University American College open for academic business in the academic year 2017-2018.
Thank you very much, dear Rector. Dear students, congratulations. We have come to the end of our opening ceremony, but this just marks the beginning for you. Last but not least, I would like to ask you to remain upstanding for the academic procession, and afterwards invite you to a cocktail for an informal meeting with our staff and our faculty. I wish you all a pleasant evening. Благодарам многу и уште еднаш ве поканувам сите на коктел во фоајето на хотелот за да се запознаете со нашите професори и нашиот административен кадар. Повелете.